From the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), developing Nigeria's automotive industry. This is Automotive Hour, projecting Nigeria's automotive industry to the world.
No industry grows without confronting its obstacles. And for Nigeria's automotive sector, the journey towards sustainability and global competitiveness has been shaped as much by its challenges as by its successes. Hello and welcome to another edition of Automotive Hour, brought to you by the National Automotive Design and Development Council, your gateway to policies, reforms, and industrial realities shaping Nigeria's mobility future. I am your host, Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair. This week, we spotlight challenges in Nigeria's auto industry. An honest and timely conversation examining the structural, operational, and market-facing constraints confronting manufacturers, assemblers, and investors across the automotive value chain, and how policy alignment and stakeholder collaboration are helping to address them under the Nigerian Automotive Industry Development Plan. And in our stakeholder segment, we feature Cedric Masters Group Limited, a company whose evolution from vehicle components importation to licensed auto assembly reflects both the hurdles and the opportunities within Nigeria's automotive ecosystem. But first, let's bring you the top stories making the rounds in Nigeria's automotive industry.
The National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), led by its Director General Otumba Oluwemimo Joseph Oshonipin, facilitated a two-day oversight visit by the Senate Committee on Industry to major automotive manufacturing and assembly facilities across Nigeria's southeast region. Included Innocent Plastic Nigeria, Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing, Oma Motors, and Amamco, all key players driving indigenous vehicle production and innovation in the country. The chairman of the Senate Committee on Industry, Senator Francis Fadonsi, commended the ingenuity and resilience of Nigeria's local automakers, describing them as critical to achieving the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He emphasized that with adequate government patronage, funding, and policy backing, the nation's manufacturers have the capacity to meet local demand, create thousands of jobs, and significantly reduce reliance on imported vehicles. The Director General of NADDC, Otumba Oluwemimo Joseph Oshonipin, expressed appreciation to the Senate Committee for its commitment to strengthening the automotive sector through effective oversight. He noted that the Nigerian automotive industry holds enormous potential for job creation, technical innovation, and industrial growth, citing examples of ongoing efforts at Innocent and Amamco to produce vital components and refurbish vehicles locally. Oshonipin further highlighted ongoing government initiatives, including the Nigeria First policy and the Credit Corps credit scheme, as key enablers of vehicle financing, institutional patronage, and investor confidence. The visit offered the Senate Committee valuable insight into the achievements and challenges of the automotive industry, reinforcing the need for stronger legislative and policy support to boost investment, expanding production, and create sustainable jobs. Both NADDC and the National Assembly reaffirmed their shared commitment to making Nigeria's automotive sector a cornerstone of national, industrial, and economic development. The Director of Midas IT for Africa and the Middle East, Mr. Ravi Kiran N., has paid a courtesy visit to the Director General of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, NADDC, Otumba Oluwemimo Joseph Oshonipin, at the Council's headquarters in Abuja. The visit focused on strengthening collaboration in advancing Nigeria's automotive research, design and development through cutting-edge digital simulation technologies. Discussions during the meeting centered on the use of MIDAS NFX software by NADDC's research office in Zaria, a powerful tool supporting advanced simulation, modeling and structural analysis for vehicle design and performance testing. Mr. Ravi Kiran commended the Council's forward-thinking approach to automotive innovation and pledged continued technical support and capacity-building initiatives to boost local expertise in digital engineering. The Director General Oshonipin reaffirmed NADDC's commitment to leveraging advanced technologies like MIDAS NFX to enhance indigenous vehicle design, research and product development. He emphasized that such collaborations align with the federal government's renewed hope agenda geared towards promoting industrial growth, innovation and sustainable mobility solutions. Both parties expressed optimism that their partnership would strengthen Nigeria's position in the evolving global automotive technology ecosystem while empowering local engineers to drive innovation across the sector.
Welcome back to Automotive Hour. Now, building a resilient automotive industry requires more than ambition. It demands a clear-eyed understanding of the challenges that shape production, pricing, competitiveness, and long-term growth. Across Nigeria's auto industry, stakeholders continue to navigate issues ranging from infrastructure gaps and access to finance to supply chain disruptions, forex volatility, skills shortages, and the high cost of production inputs. Yet, within these challenges lie opportunities for reform, innovation, and collaboration. Through policy instruments under the NAIDP, the Nigeria First Initiative, and targeted industry support, the sector is steadily addressing structural constraints while laying the foundation for sustainable local manufacturing. Let's take a closer look.
The Nigerian automotive sector remains the backbone of industrialization and a key driver of national economic growth. Yet, it continues to grapple with daunting challenges, from vehicle importation pressures to high production costs and sustainability concerns. The National Automotive Design and Development Council has made several laudable efforts in identifying and surmounting these challenges.
Automotive sectors in Nigeria, we are progressing unlike before, and this is due to government commitment and government intervention. Before, as you can see, most of the automotive sectors in Nigeria, most of them were collapsed. I think about 90% of them were not in existence. But today, we can see many of them, they are coming up, and it's impressive. Our government is spending a lot of money to make sure that automotive sectors strive in Nigeria because it's the backbone of the economy and it plays a major role in the economy of the nation.
One major challenge has been the influx of used vehicles, which threatens local manufacturing. To address this, policies now restrict cars older than 10 years alongside tariffs that discourage foreign purchase while encouraging locally assembled alternatives. The Council works closely with the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the Customs Service, and the Federal Road Safety Corps to enforce these policies, ensuring only vehicles that meet defined standards enter the country. To strengthen quality assurance, the Testing and Standards Department has established a robust certification system supported by state-owned labs and test centers across Nigeria. These facilities place the nation among the few African countries with government-owned automotive testing infrastructure.
The imported vehicles is more or less a life threat to Nigeria, and it directly affects the economy of this country because most of the imported vehicles they just bring the vehicle in without any restriction. But this present administration and NADDC as a whole, we put a policy in place. Any imported vehicles, used vehicles that older than 10 years must not be allowed to come into the country. And again, we increase the tariff so that as we increase this tariff, it make the imported vehicles more expensive. So this will encourage local vehicles to be purchased. It become demand and supply. So as a result of this, government has played major role, and the rate of importation has reduced from the data as at 2024. So I think we are on the right track.
From reducing used car imports to building testing capacity, advancing local content, and promoting sustainability, NADDC is steadily working to surmount these challenges facing Nigeria's auto sector. With continued government support, the Council reaffirms its role as the eye of the nation's automotive industry and a key driver of Nigeria's industrial future.
Welcome back. This week on our stakeholder segment, we feature Cedric Masters Group Limited. Established in 1999 as an importer of vehicle components, Cedric Masters Group has steadily evolved across multiple niches, from component parts distribution and tire dealership for leading global brands to automobile sales and, more recently, licensed vehicle assembly. Following extensive engagements with the NADDC, the company was granted an auto assembly license in 2022. With monitoring and technical support from the Council, Cedric Masters accelerated the development of its assembly infrastructure and has continued to build capacity over the past 2 to 3 years. The company's locally assembled vehicles have also enjoyed growing market acceptance, recording the delivery of approximately 300 units within its first year of operations alone, a testament to the opportunities that exist when policy support meets private sector commitment. Let's take a look.
Nigeria's automotive industry is being shaped by companies that have grown alongside the industry, evolving from importers to distributors into active participants in local manufacturing. Cedric Masters Group is one of such indigenous enterprises. Founded in 1999, the company began operations as an importer of vehicle components, serving Nigeria's automotive aftermarket at a time when local manufacturing was minimal. Over the years, Cedric Masters expanded across multiple niches, moving into component parts distribution, tire dealerships, and representing some of the world's leading tire brands within the Nigerian market.
Cedric Masters Group is a company that we started as an import of various components of vehicles in Nigeria in 1999. So from 1999, we have evolved. We have done dealerships of component parts. From there, we moved into tires. We hold one of the big brands in Nigeria in dealership and distribution. Then, from there, we moved into automotive dealership. We import various brands until we saw that Nigerian environment became very enabling for automotive assembling.
As capacity deepened, the company transitioned into automobile dealerships, building experience across sales, logistics, and after-sales services. But with the federal government's renewed push for local assembly and manufacturing, Cedric Masters identified an opportunity to move further up the automotive value chain. Following extensive engagement and technical deliberations with the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), the company was licensed in 2022 to commence vehicle assembly operations in Nigeria.
With the call by NADDC, with several meetings we had with them, we decided to put up investment into local assembling of vehicles. 2 years ago, when we came in and got the first license, and with the monitoring and support of NADDC, we have been able to put up what you're seeing today.
With structured monitoring, technical guidance, and institutional support from the Council, Cedric Masters accelerated the development of its assembly infrastructure. Over the past 2 years, the company has continued to build capacity, align operations with national standards, and strengthen its production process. Central to this growth is the Nigeria First policy, a policy framework designed to prioritize locally assembled products and strengthen indigenous manufacturing. Within just 1 year of active assembly operations, Cedric Masters recorded notable progress. At the Nigerian Customs Service Local Assembly Fair, the company emerged among the top performers, a recognition that translated into assembly orders for government fleets. For the company, the policy created visibility and reinforced confidence in Nigerian assembled vehicles.
We are lucky we are coming in when we have a president that is a pure business personality that knows exactly what to do to stimulate support for the local industry. This is policy of Nigerian First. The automotive industry, especially the local assemblers, were the major beneficiaries of this policy. With this policy, we participated in the local assembly fair done in the Nigerian Customs. When we participated, we actually came among the top 2. So, and that made them to give us the initial order, which you are seeing us doing here. So the policy is actually working, and Nigerian Custom is taking in it, and that is why you see what we are doing today.
Beyond policy support, collaboration remains a defining pillar of Cedric Masters' growth. The company maintains close engagement with NADDC, particularly in the area of technical training, research and development, and product standardization.
NADDC is the midwife that gave birth to what you are seeing today. The DG came to me and said, Anselm, why will you be importing vehicles to the numbers you are doing? Why don't you set up an assembly plant? I asked him, I said, is government ready? He said, well, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the minister he has and himself, that we are going to get a very big support in terms of policy. So when he encouraged me, I said, okay, let us do the necessary documentations. We applied, license was given, and we started. And I want to tell you that one of the major challenges we had in terms of technical support, when our partners told us that we need to set up an R&D department to qualify us for country carriage of a brand like this, it was NADDC that came to our aid in terms of training, and we signed MOU with your R&D department in Zaria, and they have actually supported us a lot in terms of technical build-up that is giving us the edge we have, that we can now say that this our product is #1 operational vehicle in terms of reliability, affordability, and strength in Nigeria.
Local component manufacturing also features prominently in the company's long-term outlook. Cedric Masters sees the sector as a major driver for job creation, skills acquisition, and youth empowerment.
If we can get the automotive industry right, we have solved more than 40% of our unemployment. Let me give you an example. There is a young man that is manufacturing farm blade in Nigeria. That farm blade he makes, only the rubber component part of it is being manufactured by Innocent. The wire they use to connect it, to make it work, connecting it to the engine and going to the batteries, is made by another company like Cutis. Then there is the fabricated pan, which can be fabricated. So you now see that to make a fan blade to work, you need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inputs from different companies. Only fan blade. We are not talking of radiator, we are not talking of other things. So government support and incentive into the component parts making will actually reduce unemployment, reduce youth restiveness, then support the local assemblers to increase their quota of local content into what we are doing. and the industry will say that we have started.
From technicians and engineers to suppliers and service providers, the ripple effect of local assembly and component manufacturing extends beyond the factory floor, offering a pathway to reducing unemployment, strengthening local capacity, and increase indigenous participation in the automotive value chain. Looking ahead, Cedric Masters is already planning its next phase of growth. From its current semi-knockdown operations, the company is targeting a transition to full completely knockdown assembly in the coming years. With over 300 units assembled within its first year of operations, growing public acceptance of its products, and sustained policy support, the company views complete knockdown operations as a natural progression, one that will deepen local content, expand partnerships, and absorb the more skilled Nigerian workers.
We have started as SKD company. We have also notified NADDC that we want in the next 3 years to commission a CKD factory here in Lagos. What we are doing is to set up a proper CKD assembly factory here in Lagos, because the public has shown us a lot of love because of the quality of the product we have. Agencies are using our product. In the first 1 year, we have been able to sell at least 200 to 300 units of what you're seeing here within the first 1 year. We've not delivered all. We have them in 2025 budgets and more are coming. So the only way to go to meet the teeming demand of Nigerians is to go CKD. By going CKD, government will continue to support us by policies that will create the market, because we are not here to shout that we need money from government to do this. No, what we need from government is enabling environment to be able to do what? To scale higher and continue to support Nigerian economy by skill training. The way NADDC has set up different skill training centers, we want to send the young graduates we want to bring to you. NADDC will train them, then we will absorb them. In the next 5 years, we are going to have a CKD plant here in Lagos with a lot of young men and women employed.
From component imports to local assembly, Cedric Masters Group reflects the broader transformation underway in Nigeria's automotive industry, where indigenous enterprise are stepping forward to build capacity, create jobs, and drive industrial growth.
And that brings us to the end of this edition of Automotive Hour. From the structural and market challenges shaping Nigeria's automotive industry, to Cedric Masters Group's journey from component importation to local vehicle assembly, one message stands out. Progress in the sector is built through resilience, policy alignment, and sustained collaboration. At the National Automotive Design and Development Council, we remain committed to addressing industry bottlenecks, supporting local manufacturers, and deepening local content, as well as creating an enabling environment that allows Nigeria's automotive industry to thrive and compete globally. Thank you for watching. Do well to follow our social media handles showing on your screen for more updates, features, and stories shaping Nigeria's mobility future. Join us same time next week for another exciting edition. Until then, I am Maimuna Ahoizazubair, and this is Automotive Hour. Bye for now.